Welcome everyone to another edition of Smacked Up Wrestling Podcast. I'm Will.
I'm Martin.
And as usual, leave us a like on Facebook and also leave us a sub on the Gaming Fault YouTube channel. Leave us a like in the video. Any comments, leave them in the description box below. So, SmackDown was really good.
We've got a little disclaimer here before we start.
Alright, okay.
Hold on. We're on Facebook. The call quality is all over the shop. Skype, we're doing our best with what we've got.
Yeah.
But SmackDown, we can try and talk about now.
We'll try our absolute best. Basically, we don't know what's happening. We've tried Skype. There's a good 2-second delay between me and Martin, and it's not like we're in different countries or anything. This is like a couple of miles away from each other. We've had to try it on Facebook, but again, I think we're at the same point where there's like a second delay between the two of us, recording wise.
Pish.
That is pish. I can actually hear myself in your computer, so I know there's like a second delay.
I don't even know how, because I've got this like headset, and obviously, you know, like it's over my ears. Nothing's coming out the telly, or it better not be. It definitely isn't, and I don't know what's going on.
Near they are. But let's that won't hinder us. We're going to talk about actually one of the best SmackDowns that's probably happened in the last while, and me being professional as hell is not took any notes because I decided I wanted to go out.
Have been sociable.
I wanted to be sociable. So basically, I know parts of the SmackDown. So really, this podcast is going to be taken over by Martin. I'll put in my 2 cents as usual, but it was a really, really, really good SmackDown. Considering you had the Raw, which was piss poor apart from the final segment, and
you could hear our voices.
yeah. Then you had Survivor Series, which was part of 2 matches. So to have this SmackDown, they needed to hit it out of the park. There is obviously, you're going to have some people, which I have got to stay away from things because it's like drugs, on the WWE main page.
Stop doing it.
I know, I've got to stop doing it. Certain things they didn't like, but I'm telling you just now, see if you're like us, with our age bracket and the way you followed wrestling, SmackDown done it right. They done it right. It was entertaining start to finish. Apart from one section because somebody showed up. So, Martin, I'll let you take over this one, and I'll chip in my 2 cents.
Sure. So we've been kicking off with Shane and Ellsworth in the ring, with Dean jumping about and really being an annoying bastard to Shane, like, you know, poking him in the arm, going, alright boss. Anyway, long story short, Ellsworth has a contract, it's all official, blah blah blah, which is good for him.
Yeah.
Would never have seen it coming. I mean, he might very well end up being the last guy signed to WWE that didn't go through NXT.
the thing people have got to remember as well, right? I know last night they had like that contract in a ladder match, which is a brilliant idea, but he already signed a couple of days before this.
So he's not going to have the actual contract.
I know, but some people on that fucking drug-filled thing. They thought genuinely that was going to get a contract.
Of course they did. Idiots right on that page. They're idiots. People listening to this only windy licking.
I know these are all smart people.
You can't tar them with the same brush.
These are all smart people that don't have to think about your life choices, as the copious Dead on Dave always says.
Alright, does he? Alright. Anyway, so everybody, the guys on the is that he's part of the company. No, because here, you might have a contract and we're going to have this fake match to decide if you really get signed, and I'm going to kill my dog now.
For once it's no Tony. For once it's no Tony.
Just a wee second.
By the way, people, I'm keeping
this.
I'm keeping this in.
I didn't know that. I'm dealing with it.
That worked. Who was checking you?
Is that your mum or Nicola?
It was my mum, actually. I'm dealing with it very well, clearly.
I'm going to keep that in, mate. Oh, it was whoosh, and Linda coming out and laying the load into you.
Aye, but the dog shut up. So my work here is done.
I'm staying in. Oh, what a difference another podcast mate compared to yesterday.
I know. So basically, if you think this, just remove yourself from the gene pool.
Yes, I'm
because
going to have
to. If you ever have a wean, it's probably going to die after 5 minutes when it comes out, because you'll drop it on its head, or you'll somehow trip up, and even though you're inside a hospital, crush it under a rock. I don't know. You're not a bright person. What? People that stupid shouldn't be getting. You know, this is just going to end up turning into like a bloody right wing sounding nutter podcast. We're knowing that. But if you're a retard in your pants, that's all I'm asking.
It really was annoying me, mate, because it's like, how can you not see that this is a great story? This is actually entertaining. It's not devaluing the belt. It's not devaluing AJ Styles. AJ Styles is wanting to work with the guy.
He's coming out better.
It's great fun.
You get to be a pure dick. Speaking of which, AJ came out and acted like a pure dick.
Oh, he was brilliant. He was absolutely, for what I seen, he was fantastic. Amazing. I love heel AJ.
He comes up with the idea that why is this chinless mutant thing getting a contract? They should have to compete for it. They can't be a ladder match. If Ellsworth wins, he gets signed and he gets a title shot. If AJ wins, Ellsworth never comes back. Simple stuff.
Yep.
Oh, and Dean gets banned from the building.
Yep. Which turned into amazing segments.
Well, we'll get to that. After segments. That, for some reason, somebody booked Kalisto versus The Miz for the Intercontinental title.
Yes.
As an apology to Kalisto for what happened with Boring the other night. So, guess who it came out? Boring came out and battered them.
It was so predictable. See when they called
that
match.
I wouldn't even mind that it's predictable if it wasn't for the people involved in the feud.
Well, that's the thing. See, because it was Kalisto and you knew what happened to Kalisto, and they're trying to force this feud. I was just... You knew Boring Foreskin was going to show up. You just knew. The smart things that Kalisto was doing was like looking over his shoulder. I did like that aspect. That was kind of cool. And then obviously Miz won, and then Ziggler showed up. So we know there's going to be. We know Ziggler and Miz is having a rematch at TLC. It's
well, they announced that as a ladder match.
Right, a ladder. Oh, that'll be good. That'll be really good.
I know. I'm looking forward to that. Anyway. So anything involving this fucking wastrel is it's just going to make me unhappy. But SmackDown kept going and it kept doing a good job, and it almost made up for him breathing.
Yep.
Next up we have a wee promo bit. Shane and Dee Bry are in the back, and the Birds show up.
Yep.
To talk shite. Now, after they end up scheduling a match between Becky and Natty, they get interrupted by Dean, who has a giant pizza.
Oh, there's one part you missed out, mate. Natty quoted Titanic.
Oh, I forgot about that. She's
got to quote Scarface. She has to do...
She's no Gaudy. That's no her kind of film, let's be honest. Anyway,
the pizza.
Dean needs pizza, which he then shoved a slice that he'd already taken a bite out of into Shane's hand and said, "Have that, it's really good." Becky tried her damnedest not to laugh. And then when Shane goes, "Right, it's time for you to go." "Oh, I thought you meant it was to get a pizza for us. Like, there's still some left. I mean, I'm done. You can have it if you want." And he opens the box. There's like 3 bits of crust left. And Shane tells him, "No, you need to go." And then Becky chips in with, "See you later, Dean," which was quite amusing.
The segments, you can tell they were all having great fun.
Oh,
that was absolutely the thing. When we get to the Daniel Bryan one, that was my favourite as well.
Right, quick question. Right, they showed a wee brief clip because they had their WrestleMania ticket sale starting the other day. So, they had some matches on, just a wee exhibition thing outside. And then they had like quick clips of people that had bought it, and there was like a Scottish guy,
right,
with what I presume is his girlfriend, although not for long, judging by the look in her face, going, "We came here and queued for WrestleMania tickets. See if I'm going on holiday, right? Oh, you're going to Orlando and blah blah blah. You know, Disney World's there, Universal's there. I'm not going to go and stand in the queue for tickets.
No, fuck that. I'll just do it online.
What a fud! What a fud!" Anyway, just wanted to call him a fud.
He just wanted to do it.
Just some people. You're on holiday. You can get. It's not going to sell out immediately. I mean,
No.
there's only like 100,000 something seats. You know,
Nah, no.
you might be all right for getting a ticket when you come home.
It's,
Maybe make
it's
your
not-
holiday.
it's not even that right. Fair enough. Okay, ringside and that will probably go, but they're always the dearest ones.
And you're not going to. I mean, you're talking like thousands of dollars for that. This guy did not look like he had that kind of money. That's all I'm going to.
It'd be funny if he's on the gyro or something and then he gets caught in fucking WWE. Hold on a second here. You said you carry walk.
And somehow you can afford WrestleMania and a holiday to Orlando to buy tickets.
And you're going back next year. Oh, fuck, there's Jasper.
He did have the clothes of a drug dealer, I have to admit. But that's neither here nor there.
Oh, for fuck's sake, there's
Right.
my dog starting. Jasper!
You can leave that in.
If I'm leaving your bit, I'm going to have to leave my bit in. Oh, for fuck's sake. Jazz!
Do you know why he's upset? It's because Baron Corbin was in the next segment.
I think that's what it is. It's upset him. He's like, oh no, I don't like him. He's
I
a
don't like
scary
him
man.
or his bemused face on his belly.
No. See, oh, mate, have you ever noticed that ever since we've called... For fuck's sake, Jasper! Ever since we called that, right, about his face in the belly,
Aye.
he always wore a t-shirt now in the ring.
I'm glad somebody admits it. Like, your face is not putting. And he goes, "What can I do? Can you wear a mask?" No, that face. Anyway, next up
Right,
was
on you go.
Boring getting shouted at by Daniel Bryan,
Yeah.
who then says, "You're going to have a match with Kane," and you could practically hear the arses drop out everybody in the arena.
It did remind me. When I read it, I was like, oh my god, I'm not even going to waste my time. You could just...
But this was made up for by a tremendous tag team turmoil match.
Yes, that was quite shocking as well, because there was a couple of people like gone on putting their favourites on. I was like dead set for I was set for the Usos because I was like,
So was that, because you're
your
champ.
heels, aye.
And it was a good match. Everybody got their wee bit except the Ascension because of the Ascension.
Yes,
And you know, it was a fun match, very fast, nice tag match at the end between American Alpha and the Usos. And American Alpha pull out the win. It was really, really nice there. I mean, I'd like to see them have a proper match, the two of them, because that's the first I've seen the Usos actually put an effort for a long time, and not like half-ass it.
yeah,
But the best thing after the match, obviously everybody goes mad because American Alpha are just brilliant,
aye. They were doing shit hot.
as we expect, and they're celebrating the ring. The Wyatts come on, and Bray says, "Well, you've not faced every team, and we're not a team, we're a family," because it's going to be him and Harper, because Randy's had his baby.
Yes,
So I imagine he's having a wee break for a bit. So Bray and Luke Harper are going to take on American Alpha next week, which I think is going to be a very interesting match.
I think that'd be very interesting as well. Now,
This is what I want to see in WWE. You've got these weird characters, and then you've got like your straight-laced, proper wrestlers. That's their gimmick. And it's quite interesting to see how they're going to match these two complete opposites together.
I mean, that was the thing about SmackDown last night when you consider it a Raw, when you looked at the New Day is just past, they're boring as fuck, and then what you got last night was so refreshing with, you knew the tag teams...
To do.
You knew the tag teams, but they were... but to have like the American Alpha, which was well deserved and well earned, and then have that wee twist on it where the Wyatts come out and say no, hold on, which is brilliant. That is great storytelling. It is absolutely amazing, and that's how last night when I read that, I was like, I to be fair, I didn't know who was with the Wyatts, I thought Randy was still there last night, but obviously that's official. He took your time off.
It was all dark, so it looked like there was 3 figures, but you could only see Bray's face.
Yeah.
So maybe they want to tease that he might still be around. I mean, he could always show up at wherever they are and, help them win or whatever and go away again. Who knows? We'll see what happens. The next segment might be my favourite thing in WWE this year for backstage stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because Daniel Bryan and Shane are talking to Ellsworth, who's saying that he's nervous for the match. He's beat up for Survivor Series, but he's going to do best he can. And Daniel Bryan actually offers him, you don't need to do this. And he's like, no, it's everything or nothing for me. I need to prove that I belong here.
Oh, see before you continue, mate, there's one thing I do want to talk about Ellsworth just quickly. And again, it's for the fucking poisonous sites. People are saying he wasn't a wrestler. He was an indie wrestler. He was a wrestler.
He's still getting bookings up till last Thursday.
How was it? 15 years he's been doing it. Am I
yes.
right?
He's got his own federation.
Thank you.
Run at home.
So everybody that says he's not a wrestler, fuck you. He is a wrestler.
He might not cut the best promos, but that's not what he concentrated on. He wanted to be a good wrestler, and that's why he's so good at like the basics and pulling the faces and stuff like that.
Yes.
He can sell the emotion. Yes. He never had to talk because in indies he's there. I mean, let's be honest, a guy like Ellsworth was probably at most places to make up the numbers.
Aye, that's
because
it.
The look of him. Yeah, he made his own federation to help more people get a start. He didn't need to do that. He's doing it because he genuinely loves wrestling.
Aye.
And now, it doesn't matter if his run now is 6 months or a year or 2 years or whatever, because he's set for life.
Yeah.
Once this is done, he's got his money for that. He's no daft, he'll save it up. He's got conventions forever. Everybody will want a photo with him.
Aye.
And he'll have his wee matches here and there.
And it's not even that, mate. See, the thing is, every crowd, see, like, say, the stadium-wise, when he goes there, he's over as fuck. It's just the internet warriors that think they know how... I'm not saying we're perfect, right? But see, if you've got at least 20 plus years experience watching wrestling, then by all means you can chip in with a fair point. But see, if you've only watched fucking 5 years and you think you know everything, fuck off.
You've seen nothing, son.
You've seen nothing. If you think this is bad, go and watch the fucking Golden Era, because that was worse. If you think this is bad, this is fucking brilliant. Was worse.
It's romanticised, but from a quality standpoint, it was a piece of shit.
Yeah, like we've discussed before. If you took Austin, The Rock, Mick Foley, Undertaker out of that Attitude Era, and probably now Triple H, the Attitude Era was pish.
It was like even their stories were crap. It was their charisma that carried them through.
Yes, and that's how they beat WCW. It was purely the wrestlers, and plus the way Vince seen the future, how you bring in the young talent and do it right. Unlike,
which is something he forgot for a while.
Yes. Oh fuck yes. And I think they're still forgetting it on Raw.
They are to an extent.
Yes. But on you go. Continue, because I love this segment.
They were having their wee talk about how he doesn't need to do it and all this, and then the Mountie appears, reveals himself as Dean Ambrose, and Shane goes raging because he's chucked him out so many times and all this. And Shane walks away. Ellsworth leaves after Dean tells him, you can do this, and then he talks to Daniel Bryan.
Did you see? Let's see before you say it. Did you see Daniel Bryan's face though?
Well, I was getting to that.
Oh, you get to that? Sorry.
He says, "Do you not even want to know why I'm dressed as a Mountie?" To Shane. Shane's like, "Well, no, don't." He walks away, and then D-Bry goes, "I want to know why you're dressed as a Mountie." He goes, "It's to deliver a message to AJ. You tell AJ Styles, the Mountie always gets his man."
He was he could see the two of them wanted to laugh.
But see, like, he started smiling and he held it back, and he was clearly biting his lip, and just as the camera went dark, that fade out, he just lost it.
He face palmed and started laughing. It was brilliant, mate. That last night, Dean is funny as fuck, and I'm quite happy the way they're doing it. This, like you said, seeing we were talking before we done the podcast and the messaging, it was such a good feeling show last night. It was
just fun. It hit all the right notes.
Yep.
We're not quite done yet.
We're still got a fair bit.
we've got Becky and Natty with Alexa and commentary. Good match. Two of them like really, showing off what they can do. There was a nice spot at the end where Natty goes for the sharpshooter and Becky turns it into the disarmer, which was great. Really smoothly done. Becky gets the win. Alexa, of course, suddenly appears in the ring and batters her to build up for a TLC match between them.
Yep.
Now, they've not said what the actual gimmick is. I hope they have a gimmick, because it would be criminal for all the other titles to be defended in some kind of gimmick match.
Especially when the Raw one was done in a Hell in a Cell.
Exactly.
They've
So
amp this up.
He's a Bird's TLC match.
That'd be amazing.
I know, but I don't think they're going to do it. I think they'll probably just leave it.
See if it was
which is shocking.
See if it was a ladder or a table. That might be.
I thought I was kind of half expecting a ladder match, but then in the next segment with Miz and Daniel Bryan, they made the IC title match
the
a ladder match.
Because I couldn't really see a woman match being a chair. It's very rare you see a chair.
And we've seen one table match.
Aye.
With women in it. One ever. And it was a tag match.
So we just have to hope. They might change it, they might do something. I hope they do. I hope they do try out do Raw.
See what happens. There's still another couple of weeks. Or a week or so anyway.
There's a week to go, yeah.
Aye. Well, there you go. Right, so the next segment, just, because we can't have ourselves enjoying a full 2 hours in WWE.
No.
Was Carmella and Nikki.
Oh,
now,
fuck.
It set up a no DQ match at TLC between them, right?
Right.
That was the point of the segment, but sorry, I know it's like, sorry. That's how I felt during this segment. Carmella has seemingly forgotten everything that she learned at the Performance Centre when it comes to promos. Her overacting is awful.
She's green
it's
green
past
as fuck,
easy.
mate.
She's just she's forgot all her lessons, and she's just overacting, overemphasising. Just no very good. That's what happened. What happened? To make that lassie go the wrong way?
I have no idea, mate. It's scary how much, like you said, for NXT when she was good to watch, good to hear on the mic, then when she came up to the main roster, especially SmackDown with the feud with Nikki Bella, it's just went to shit.
It's just like she's forgot everything and started from scratch. I don't know why. Anyway, then to keep us bored, it was Kane versus Boring. I'll no lie, I didn't watch this because Boring Corbin was in it. But Kalisto came out to get revenge and obviously got battered because he's a wee Mexican jumping bean.
Did he watch?
Kane chokeslammed Corbin. No, he did a drop kick and then Corbin picked him up and threw him at the ring. So Kane chokeslammed Corbin, and then of course Kane's music plays. Because he can't have the wee guy getting over. That might encourage the cruiserweights.
Fucking just end me Baron Corbin just now is boring as fuck. I mean,
if the guy was showing potential, I wouldn't be so hard on him. But he's not. He's flat in his promos. He's pish in the ring. Pish. No other word for it. He's just pish.
And like I said, who really wants to see like a fucking feud with Kalisto? But then again, they would pair him with Kane, and they pair him to Kane. But I don't really want to watch they two go at it.
I don't want to see Baron Corbin in any match, because every match I've seen him in has been subpar. Even Joe tried his best in NXT.
Yeah,
Corbin was still learning, but it was just so plodding and slow and uncharismatic. It's bizarre. It's actually bizarre. Anyway, we got a short but quality main event with a ladder match.
Yes, I've seen. Well, I said I didn't really get much to watch. Usually I watch the highlights, but for what I've seen, it just looked so good.
It was so much fun. Short match. It did exactly what it needed to do. JBL was in top form. This whole thing he has of hating Ellsworth no matter what he does, because Ellsworth's got like all the bandages on for
for getting put through a table. That is still amazing.
So at one point AJ rips off Ellsworth's shirt, which can I just add, this keeps happening. WWE people are getting their shirts ripped off. You wouldn't want to buy one of these t-shirts, they seem to be really low quality.
I've got a few of them, they're shit quality.
Anyway, so Ellsworth's got bandages around his ribs, and JBL shouts, "Is that a girdle?" And Marty says, "No, it's a back brace," and Ellsworth gets slammed. He just been slammed onto a girdle. Oh my god! You know, all that kind of stuff. It was great. He was in absolute top form, shouting that he was an alien and all this. Then a hockey player assaulted AJ.
Right.
And it turns out it was Dean in a new disguise.
See, the thing is, right, I know they've kind of like copied Raw with the Sin Cara idea there. Now, how he came out as the Mountie, I was half when I seen that part, like just the picture, I really wanted him to come out as the Goon. Do you know what I mean? That just would have been so. A lot of people might not get that, but that's just like the bad times in WWE before the Attitude Era, where you had these stupid wrestlers with their stupid names. But with that whole idea, we haven't been the Mountie.
Everybody's gimmick was a job. That's where Undertaker came from originally.
I would love to have seen him come out as the Goon, but I still loved it either way. I just thought it was so funny.
It was great. And surprisingly, Dean got battered and goes out the ring, leaving the Ellsworth and AJ to go at it. So AJ, of course, batters him, climbs the ladder. Ellsworth tips the ladder. Now, total accident here. AJ, of course, is meant to take the spot where he gets caught in the ropes, you know, the ropes between his legs, and then, you know, he'll fall off and it'll be sore as hell because, oh god, he landed on his balls. AJ overshot the ropes.
Yeah, I seen that.
Very slightly.
Aye.
Which means that instead of him landing on, like, near the top, near his hip, about halfway down his thigh, which then flipped him. And I don't know how he didn't batter his head off the ring apron. I really don't. And it was the LED screen side as well, so that did concuss him. And then he kept rolling and he landed, and somehow, some way, he's fine.
Aye.
So lucky.
He was so lucky, especially like you said, it was just the way he went over, and the fact he was so.
It was scary.
It was scary, but he was that quick to get himself into the position to take the bump in his back.
That's what I was going to say, because I mean, as soon as he landed, I thought, oh god, that's him hurt. He's going to be injured here. This is horrible. Not straight back in the ring to go for the ending, where he go no chin music, and somehow I don't even know how he managed to do this, but he very naturally, very smoothly got his foot stuck between the two ropes. I don't know how he managed to make it look so good. I feel like, and that's what sets AJ apart from a lot of other wrestlers in the world. Somehow he takes this bump, his ankle's caught between the bottom and middle ropes, and it never looked like he set it up. It never looked like a big sort of, this is the spot for the match to end. It just looked really smooth and natural. It was great.
His ring awareness, mate, is amazing. He really is.
Incredible. Any other wrestler, and you know, rightly or wrongly, would have had to like get somebody to either help them do that or make it look really stretched out and clearly, you know, we're telling the story here. I need to make myself look like I can't get up. No, AJ just did it super smooth in a second. And of course, Ellsworth climbs the ladder, gets the contract, and just starts crying. I cannot imagine that for a second that was fake. I mean,
I don't think it was fake, mate.
It's one thing signing it,
aye,
but to be there in front of like 20,000 people, and you've got this in front of you that's got your name on it, and it's SmackDown and all that. And I know it's all gimmicked up and kayfabe, but it's one of the moments where you need to take a second and it hits you. It's
not even that. See, even today, the way it was done, to have like quite arguably the best wrestler in the world just now. He's going to put you there. He's the champion.
And he's going to make you look great.
Aye, that says it all about AJ. And this is where people have got to realise that it doesn't devalue the belt. It doesn't devalue AJ. This is what they've got to understand. That AJ he's not a young guy anymore. And see,
he's in the prime of his life.
Aye, and he's putting back to other wrestlers, like other wrestlers do. They always try to help out anybody.
Well, and the thing about AJ, see right now, see somebody said, right, this wee guy with no chin who looks like he couldn't punch a fly out is coming in, and we want you to make him look good. He could have just went aye whatever and then made him look like a prick, sent him on his way.
Aye. No, AJ's...
And nobody would have said anything because, you know, it's just a wee jobber guy. No, AJ went out his way 3 times now.
Yep.
3 times in matches. And never mind everything else in between. to make Ellsworth look like he belongs there.
Yeah, he's
in that role.
Total professional, mate. I've got a lot of respect for AJ. Like I say, I'm so happy he's in WWE now. It was the best move WWE've done in a long time, signing him. You can see he's enjoying himself. He is the top guy between the two companies just now, as in champion-wise. There's no argument there. He's just fantastic mic work, fantastic ring work, and like you said, you can put him with anybody and that other person is going to be made to look like $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
He's never had a bad match yet, never, and that's why Ellsworth. He's made Ellsworth's matches so good to watch, and this is the thing. The crowd loved it as well. The crowd was so into it.
And absolutely.
And this is like when I was arguing like with the people. It's like, fuck's sake, sit back and enjoy it. But it's devaluing the belt. Like, hold on a second, right? The belt doesn't mean anything anymore. Everybody knows that. I mean, if you take Seth Rollins as a champion, Seth Rollins was one of the worst champions. But his win rate at pay-per-views as a champion was high until he had his injury. But if you take Raw, it was so low. And he was...
They don't even do that just to world champions. Every champion you got the IC belt, you'll lose week in, week out, and look like a fucking jabroni until the match comes around.
Look at the Miz.
Exactly. That's my point. Look at Ziggler. And I don't just mean in his last run. On every run. But the last run, he was losing to the Spirit Squad. No. And remember, the tag team champions also lost to the Spirit Squad. It went nowhere, but it happened. And who does that benefit, given that I think those two are away now?
It's crazy, and it's like it's the fans. It's like they don't know what they want. They want to story. Me and you are storyline kind of guys.
That's exactly it. And I don't blame some like Vince McMahon. They don't know what they want. We'll do what we want.
Aye, but in SmackDown, they apart from that week in Glasgow, they have hit everything right. And last night they've done it again. They tell a fantastic story from start to finish throughout all the divisions. And we know where everything's gone now. We've got 1 more week before TLC, so the final build-up. It does not devalue anything. It makes it interesting. Because let's be honest, see, we know... Like, what is it going to be? 2 weeks of AJ and fucking Ambrose fighting like fuck? It's the same
that's
thing.
The thing. If Ellsworth's not there, what you getting every week? They two facing off in various matches.
Yes.
Tag matches, singles matches, screwing each other over. Seen it a million times.
Then last night you take Ambrose out the picture, let him be crazy, and it was the most entertaining thing we've seen in a long time. Leave the focus on Ellsworth.
The point that I made earlier. We were discussing a few weeks back that there wasn't really episodes built around wrestlers anymore, like what they would occasionally do with Stone Cold.
Yeah.
You know, as we were saying, you would get an episode and the Stone Cold would be like hunting the Radicals or hunting Triple H all night, and you would get your backstage segments culminating in an in-ring segment at the end of the night.
Yep.
Last night they did that with Dean, and Dean proved that he could do that role very, very well. Because every time he showed up, you didn't know what was going to happen. Obviously, the other talent loved it. And last night was a massive, massive night for Dean, because they now know that when they want to do a story like that, they have someone fully capable of it.
Yeah, and it's reassuring as well, because see, if the belt does go back on him, mate, and you've still got the wrestlers there, and if Cena comes back, you know now that he can act like a champion compared to his first run, where it was kind of fucked up. I think it was just slapped on him. He did do hard work to get to it.
It was an apology for the WrestleMania mess.
Aye, it was slapped on him, and I don't even think he knew what to do with it. And he did drop in, like, performance-wise. I mean, there's no denying that.
He lost interest, I think.
Yeah, and now everything is just, it's so entertaining. It's you can actually forgive that title run now. It's just entertaining.
In a way.
Aye. It is entertaining. You're looking forward next week. I want to see SmackDown now. I'm choking to see it because it's so
exactly.
good.
It's going to be a title match.
Yep.
Can pull it off again. What's Shane going to do to Dean? What's going to happen with the Wyatts?
It's brilliant. There's so many questions. The storylines are brilliant compared to Raw, whereas I could not give a fuck about the New Day. Kevin Owens and Jericho and Seth Rollins is the only thing that's kept me entertained on that show. Where the rest is, nah, I'm not interested. I'm genuinely not interested. The bad thing is we have to watch it because of the podcast.
Aye, thanks for that.
Well, that's your job. But no, SmackDown was brilliant. It left that happy feeling after the last 2 nights of wrestling. It just really emphasised why you love wrestling. That was the most important.
5 days of madness.
Yes, it's just like, right, this is how you do it, and they've done it well. So props to SmackDown. It was really, really good. If you have not watched it yet, I highly recommend it. Even highlights, it was fantastic. So good.
Absolutely, completely agree. Can't wait for next week. I really hope they build on this.
Yeah, so they are. The only good thing is now, mate, we've got a break this weekend. Thank fuck.
It comes soon enough.
I know. So we're back next Tuesday.
Aye.
Thank God, but then it's back to another pay-per-view. Damn you, WWE, damn you. But
You're doing too much.
At least we're hitting WrestleMania season. That's what I can't wait for the 3 months. Nearly there. So, as usual, leave us a like on the Facebook page. Check out some of the photos for Fear and Loathing and Raw and SmackDown from last week. Leave us a sub on the channel, please, and also a like on the video. Leave any comments in the description box. We'll always get back to them. And this has been the Smacked Up Wrestling Podcast. I've been Will.
I've been restored to life through the actions of Dean Ambrose in the SmackDown.
And we'll catch you next Tuesday.
Ta-ta.